Hey YouTube, today I'm going to show you how to mod an RSVP cap from an RSVP. What you need to know is what it looks like. I have one pre-made, is what it looks like. You'll obviously notice the difference from a regular RSVP cap is that the clip is obviously removed and there's a grip stuck inside. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. Show you how to do it and to make it look good. So I'll be referring to that cap along the way. But first I need to show you what you need. First, you obviously need a Pentel RSVP. Medium or fine tip, they're both the same. You need some sandpaper. You need the rest of this is pretty much optional. A piece of paper, some tape, nail clippers, tweezers, and the back part of a G2 barrel. I'll explain why you need each of those along the way. Again, most is optional except for the sandpaper, and even that could be considered optional. But anyways, what you want to do, you want to remove the RSVP cap and remove the grip, which can be done by twisting and pulling. And then you can save this body for later if you're going to use this as your mod barrel. As far as the pen parts go, that's all you need right now. Actually, that is all you need. What you need next, you need to, like I said earlier, remove this clip. And how you do that is you gently lift the clip up and then you slowly bend it up. If you do that correctly, it should bend right about here, where my finger is pointing, and you need to slowly bend it back and forth until this starts to turn white. That means it's getting fragile and the plastic is breaking. You want that to happen, so continue doing that until you can pretty much just bend it back and forth like that. And after you get to that stage, if it doesn't break off, you can slowly turn it left to right, side to side, and then it should break off. Now, what you need to do now is, the clip has been removed, but there has been, like, if you notice, there'll be like little pieces of like shredded hard plastic there, and you obviously don't want that. So what you have to do, you have to sand it down, and obviously this is where the sandpaper comes in. But before you do that, the nail clippers is if somehow you didn't get a good enough bend or good enough rip off, you can clip it to get a basic rounded shape. Like, you can't see this, but the clip is slightly rounded, and you can like adjust that with nail clippers if you want to get rid of some extra plastic. So that's what the nail clippers are for. Again, this is optional. Then what you do, this is where the optional piece of paper comes in. However, this makes it look good. If you're in the United States, like I am, you need a piece of paper that is approximately 1¼ inches tall. And if you're elsewhere, using metric system, you need a piece of paper that's about 3.2 centimeters tall. And however long it has to be doesn't matter, as long as you can wrap it around like that. This piece of paper I'm using isn't actually that long. I just kind of took a piece of paper and then ripped it off and then wound it up. But you wrap it around the cap. Keep in mind this clip won't be here because you already broke it off. And then you use the tape to tape it down so you get this nice, tube of paper. And you can keep that for later uses if you mod a lot. So then you stick this on. Don't know why that got tighter, but you stick it on, and then like that. It should slide up right to the point of where the nub or stub of the clip once was. And at this point, this is where you can file it down with some sandpaper or whatever. This piece of paper is to protect the cap, because otherwise it'll get scratched up, and that doesn't look nice. So you put this piece of paper over it, and then you file it down or sand it down. And once you're done with that, you have the option of lightly, I stress that, lightly burn it with a lighter or a match or something. Reason for that is because it'll be nice and smooth here instead of, like, if you sanded stuff before, you obviously know that, you know, it's not perfectly smooth as it originally was. So when you burn it lightly, again, it will kind of melt the plastic just a little bit, enough to make it look smooth. If you burn it too much or you expose the cap to the flame for too long, it will burn the RSVP cap stub. And I've actually done that on this one, and I'll show you that later, so try not to expose it to flame too much. Also, if you burn it, you can dunk it in water a little bit to kind of cool it off, and then wait a little bit, and then do that process again until it gets to your liking. So you have the actual cap done, but you need to get the grip inside. Now, this is where the tweezers and the G2 barrel comes in. What you need to do, you need to take the RSVP grip, and you need to, like, push down around it, kind of make it more flexible. Then you can use either of these methods. Take the tweezers and bend the RSVP grip in half, like so. And so you should get this, like, little, like, V shape. And you stick the tweezers in that V shape, so the grip stays crimped, and you can stick it into the cap. Now you should push it just past. There's this little nub here on the cap. You should push it just past that, and then you take the tweezers and you just turn it and it rounds it out. Now, if you don't want to use tweezers for some reason, you can just, well, let me take this out first. You can just put the grip in the back. Keep in mind that the ring of the RSVP grip is outside, because that's wider and it's a little harder to get in if you push it the other way. And since the G2 barrel is slightly smaller than the circumference of the RSVP cap, you can just push it in and the grip should slide right there. Same placement, you should put it the grip right past at the end, or a little bit beyond the little nub here. And that is because when you cap it onto a mod, such as my RSVP NXMT, it lines up with the back cap, or back plug, excuse me. If you want to have it a little more secure, you can push it in maybe 1 or 2 millimeters more, and the cap will overlap the back plug about 1 or 2 centimeters more, depending. So that is how you mod an RSVP cap. This is commonly used, obviously, in many RSVP mods. You also notice that in this comparison that the stub on this one is longer than this one. That really depends on how you cut it, or how you bend it off. I like mine this long for some reason. It just looks nice. But you can do whatever you want with it. But this is what the finished product looks like. I don't really know what to explain else but the construction is rather simple. It's a fairly easy concept to understand. But if you still have any questions, feel free to let me know and comment below, or go to the UPSB wiki at wiki.upsb.info, and they have, in the pen mods section, they have a link to minor modifications, and this is part of it, I think. So if you go there, you'll find that, or you can just post something on upsb.info.